That's a good point. That's a good point. And sometimes we think that. I know for me, there's been times in the past. I said, well, I got this covered. I know the
Yeah.
concept. I watched the video. I can do it. But it's a lot different than if you have that outside voice, that
Yeah.
outside perspective that has gone through this many, many times with many other folks. And so I appreciate that. And I've heard also informal mentors as well.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get, right? It depends on how good that that informal mentor is.
Well, that's where due diligence is critical, right?
Yeah.
You just have to do your research and get into people. And hey, if you are digging into somebody and you can't get but so far, there's a reason,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? Because a true leader is very transparent. You can tell what you're getting with a true leader. So
Great point. And looks like we're back on. We're back live again. That's the good news. We're back live again, which is great. I think. Let's see. I'm just double checking. Looks like we are live again. I'm just hitting a little refresh button here. It looks as if we are live on LinkedIn. I tell you, LinkedIn. I've kind of had a love hate relationship recently with this because if the live didn't work on YouTube and Facebook, I say it's me, it's my process, something I'm
right, right.
doing wrong. But for whatever reason, how is it that YouTube and Facebook will work, but LinkedIn, I don't know. Anyway, I'm appreciative, but LinkedIn, don't think I'm not appreciative. I do appreciate the privilege of being able to stream, but I would love to see a little bit more consistency, especially when comparing to your other two major competitors,
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook. Okay, all right, going back to our conversation. After we have sought out the help, we
Yeah.
sought out to get some help. What are some things that you have seen as when you're working with clients? Because this may be some telltale signs that they probably need to make that move of getting some outside help. And then I want to move into what it is that we're starting to share because I know the first part of this session, we were just trying to figure out how do we get there where we feel comfortable enough to share. Okay, the next thing I want to know is what are some things we need to share? But before we do that, are there any things that you've seen when you've met with clients? You're like, oh yeah, I see why we're having this conversation because this is a deficiency I'm seeing, and it's a commonality across several different clients. Is there anything like that that's shown up?
Well, let me first encourage leaders to be more open. We're talking about sharing here, right? What are you afraid of? Somebody telling you the truth? Why I don't know why leaders don't do this, but I've done this. You get your group together and you say, "Look, what I want to talk to you about today is me." You're going to see some faces go like, and the reason why I want to talk to you about me is that I need your assessment right here, right now. What kind of a leader am I? You're going to
Oh
get,
wow.
you're going to get. And if you guarantee, right, because some people are like, hey, what's this, a trick question here? Yeah, if you guarantee, no, this is me. This is me trying to develop myself because I know that you rely on me every single day to make the right choices. But I can't make them if I have blind spots. So I need you to reveal those right now, right here. I'm trying to be better for you. You don't think those people gonna be like, oh snap, yeah, hey, you doing this? That's not so good, but you doing this. They're gonna give you all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Take notes. Take notes. That is the real assessment that you need. Now,
Mm.
now you need to know yourself, right? That's why I started with the personality.
Right.
You need to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, ain't nobody know you, right? You're lying to everybody, including yourself. So once you know yourself, go to your people, ask them, and say, "Look, hey, it might hurt, it might hurt, but if I'm going to be a better leader for you tomorrow, I need to do this today." And I don't understand what the fear is, because you can only be better tomorrow. the,
Well,
you know,
yeah.
the alternative is you stay the same. So I understand, right? Some people don't want to be as open as that, but that's the type of person that people want. That's the matter of fact. That's the type of people and a leader that people need for folks
True.
to understand. Hey, I'm human, just like you. But if there's one thing I want to do right, is be the best leader for you. So help me out.
Yeah. And so I agree. I agree. One of the things I think was important too about what you said is giving them a safe space to do it, because
Yeah.
there's a fair amount of leaders who may be asking that, but they may really just want some affirmation that they're doing a good job. They may not necessarily want the the
Uh,
constructive feedback, right? So I think letting the employees know for sure. I love how you mentioned that this is a safe space. Basically, I don't remember how you phrased it, but you wanted to make sure that those employees feel safe sharing what they're truly thinking. Do you
Yeah.
have some suggested wording on that as to how they should pose that part?
Yeah. Well, number one, you have to get over a ton of fear. You gotta do that, right? So ask yourself why you are in leadership. Ask yourself. If it's money, then you're not going to be asking these questions
Mm. Yeah.
because money's going to come.
Yeah.
And if it's money, then you obviously don't care about the people, and that's fine as long as you know that. Because guess what? Your people know that.
Mm. That's true. They do know. They know
They know.
whether you're trying to hide it or not. They do
Yeah.
know.
What they don't know is how much you care for real. And so if a leader comes to a group of people and think, hey, I would like to meet with y'all. This is uh, uh, the reason for this meeting is because I am trying to become the best leader for you. This has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me. And so, can we meet together this day, this time? I would like to have a conversation with you in a very safe environment. Because, number one, it takes a lot for a leader to get into this position,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to communicate with their folk like this.
Yeah.
And so you say, and so the main objective today is for me to get some data that's going to help me help you. I don't want tomorrow to look like today. And the only way that's not going to happen is that you help me. Ask you questions. You can answer freely, very openly. I know some things may hurt. Some things I'll be, pleasantly surprised about. Whatever the case and the swath of emotions that may come from this, all I want you to know is that tomorrow I want to be the better leader for you. And that's the objective. And let me tell you, if that meeting happened across the United States, talk about a change in employment, a change in culture, a change, even if it's just your little department.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I tell you, Rollins, look, I did something like that myself. The reason why I'm saying it is because I've done it. I did something like that. Within a week, I had people trying to transfer into my unit.
Wow. Okay.
Now I'll tell you that caused that caused some issues, right?
A whole nother set of
It,
issues.
it did cause some issues. But what did I tell the other leaders? They were saying, "Hey, man, Enrique, what you doing, man? You over there talking to your people. These other people are finding out what you doing. Now they want to bail on me." I said, "Maybe you should be a better leader."
Ooh, Enrique.
I mean, why are people bailing out on you, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me ask you this. So, what are some of the and share whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
But what are some of the feedback that you got? It was kind of surprising that you
Yeah.
got from your team, and you started to make those adjustments, or what things did you notice in the people as they were sharing these things? I would love for us to kind of get a picture of that, because that might help folks' comfort level with
Yeah.
doing it.
Well, number one, the very first thing was thank you. Thank you because we have never had anyone come down to us. Come down to us, man. That broke my heart. Come down. The leader, the chart may have you up here, but in reality, you're down here
Yeah.
because you're pushing your people. And so, so when they say that, and I was like, man, look, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Believe me, I've been through my share. But I cannot see you go through that